Now we coming to the last factor. 2-3 qualities are there, and you will be over with this one chapter. Dynamism. Dynamism माने परिवर्तनशील. Anything which is changing. Raja Ram Roy had also said कि हम लोग को situations के हिसाब से अपने आप को बदलना चाहिए. We should change. You know, he was a debater who had talked so much about changes in the society. So he also said, one who is ready to change self to the requirement of the situation is the one who is dynamic enough to be ever successful. अब आप dynamic ही नहीं हो, you will become an extinct. You know, there was a big bird, dodo. उसने अपने आप को बदला ही नहीं, खत्म हो गया. Today we are being dynamic enough to come digital. Otherwise we were personally coaching and in huge numbers. But now we are coming digital to help people from a distance. I have students selected from every place. One of you have come. That gentleman was in Calcutta when he had come via Delhi to me. There are people who have come from Chandigarh. They have come people from South. They have come from West. They have come from East. As far as Mekokchum, and they have become a part of selections. Why? Because you are coming fine. But at that point of time, I did day-to-day counseling because correction was not within me. It was within you. As I have told you, these qualities are all there in you. ध्यान दो, तुम अपने घर में कॉपरेशन भी करते हो? Yes or no? बुद्धि भी लगाते हो, effective intelligence भी लगाते हो, सब कुछ करते हो. But are you doing it prominently? Are you doing it regularly? Are you able to use it in a fluid manner? यही तो चेक कर रहा है SSB. जिस वक्त आप ऐसा करने लगोगे हर परिस्थिति में, you are bound to be a leader. And जब हम लोग ये करते हैं ना, तो हम लोग बैलेंस भी जाते हैं. Yes or no? जैसे कॉपरेशन कोई कर रहा है तो ज्यादा ही कॉपरेट कर लिया तो लीडरशिप में डिसीजन मेकिंग ही छूट जाएगी, तो वो बैलेंस जाता है. दैट इज द इम्पोर्टेंट. नाउ लेट्स कम टू एज एन ऑफिसर. डायनेमिज्म इज अ कैरेक्टर which helps one to swallow the difficult and the easy in same comfortability. हर परिस्थिति में मैनेज करें. This smoothly performs at all time successfully to victory. और बाद में क्या होता है? Victorious हो जाता है, जनजुयस हो. A dynamic individual undoubtedly possesses firm determination, courage to perform and mental stamina to sustain. बहुत important. उसके 3 हिस्से हैं. क्या है? एक फॉर्म डिटर्मिनेशन उसमें होना चाहिए और करेज टू परफॉर्म, मेंटल स्टेमिना. मेंटल स्टेमिना क्या होती है? आप में से कई लोग बोलते हैं सर आई वांट टू टेक अ क्लास, बट व्हेन द क्लास गोज लॉन्गर you all people lose the mental focus. I agree, this is your young age, but if I can give a long class, then why can't you take a long class? Now you say no sir, I don't like. Why don't you develop your stamina? You have more capability of stamina than me. In the armed forces, there are people, when they prepare themselves for higher things, what do? They develop themselves for long running. 40 kilometers at one go. Unimaginable. But who develops the stamina? Their mind. More than their body. Every day they keep increasing. And finally, after some time, they are able to complete 40-kilometer run in one go. Today, if I am not into mental stamina and I'm in physical stamina on that level, then I won't be able to run very long. But you young people have got a lot of energy and you should utilize it. But it all begins from here, your mind. If you utilize your mind, you focus, you will become champions of your own kind. And that is what I am here for. Today there are many senior officers in the armed forces and they have sometime been a student. Am I taking anything from them? No, but they have multiplied. And they have done much, much, much better than me probably. And I am happy. Getting what I mean to say. So remember, a dynamic individual undoubtedly possesses firm determination, courage to perform immense. First quality, determination. Determination is an inbuilt thing. If I if there is a person who is very weak, who has never done determined studies, then within some time he will get tired. That means his mental level of motivated level is poor. But you are sitting here, all of you want to be an officer in the armed forces, but your determination, is it well developed or not developed? Depends on you. So if determined never gives up, and one who doesn't give up attain its own, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose said it, leader of men has determination as an inseparable part of his person, which gains him on the long run the respect of others. When you do keep running, then what happens? You achieve something. That's it. Yes or no? Next, candidate aspirant should have this essential. Now there are people who do not have determination, they give up. Will you? No, sir, I won't be able. Why? Sir, I will try, sir. I never give up, sir. Yes or no? In obstacle tasks, you will not be able to do one thing. Never give up, try once again. And you will be able to do it. But if you lack, okay, I have not been able to do, leave it. Now that means you don't have determination, no self-motivation. Look at the good bowlers. You want to talk about Jasprit Bumrah, you want to talk about Ashwin, or you want to talk about anyone who is a determined person, right from, I'm talking about XYZ, everyone. You will realize the more determined people were self-talkers. While going back their bowling path, no, I'll do it. And you could read their body language, that they have self-motivation. Now, if somebody has to motivate even the leader of the men or officer, then how poor is the condition? भाई जिसको नेतृत्व देना है, उसमें भी अगर दृढ़ता के लिए उसको लीडरशिप को इनकरेज करना पड़ रहा है, तो कितनी बुरी बात। तो डिटर्मिनेशन आपकी दृढ़ इच्छा शक्ति होनी चाहिए, कुछ हासिल करने की होनी चाहिए कि नहीं? तो डिटर्मिनेशन तो आपके अंदर होनी चाहिए, सेल्फ मोटिवेशन, स्वयं से प्रेरणा होनी चाहिए कि मुझे करना है पूरा, अधूरा नहीं। मैं बार बार बोल चुका हूं, आधा पका खाना पेट खराब करेगा, आधा ज्ञान नुकसान करेगा। Getting the point? So do it, complete it. Now we come down to the quality called courage. What is courage? Courageous are the few who get their name written in golden letters in history. स्क्वाड लीडर राकेश शर्मा जब ऊपर गए थे टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया में, एक सेंटेंस आया था, heroes are individuals standing apart, outstandingly courageous, daring enough to dream nothing is impossible, and they deserve salutation of nation. General VP Malik has. Now what is very important? Courage माने हिम्मत, आगे बढ़। अब हिम्मत आती कहां से? प्लीज टेल मी। पॉजिटिव थॉट्स होगा। अगर नेगेटिव थॉट आपके मन में आ गया, नहीं हुआ, तो आपके पास करेज नहीं रहेगी। बट द मोमेंट यू हैव अ पॉजिटिव थॉट दैट आई विल डू इट, हो जाएगा यार, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट। अगर मैं ही नहीं कह रहा हूं कि अंधा विश्वास रखो, आई एम नॉट टेलिंग दैट यू बी टोटली ब्लाइंड, बट विद विजडम इफ यू मिक्स दिस positive thought, what is the recipe? Courage. You getting what I mean to say? So courage अगर आपकी well developed हो गई, काम बन गया। Courage is the attribute which defines and identifies the individual who can set unparalleled example of positivity. Therefore, rightly it's expected from an individual as an officer to display and inspire the troops. अब आप ही आगे नहीं जा रहे हो, जाओ जाओ, कोई देखो कहां है कौन, तो यू आर स्केर्ड। आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट यू शुड फूलिशली गो, यू गो विद प्रिकॉशन, यू गो विद प्लानिंग, यू गो विद केयर, बट गो फ्रंट। यस और नो? एज अ रिजल्ट द वेरियस टेस्ट एनालाइज। आप टाइगर लीप करते हो ऑब्स्टिकल में, अब आपको डर लग रहा, कर चुके। बर्मा ब्रिज करते हो, कमांडो कॉल, ऊपर जाके खड़े होके कमांडो कॉल करते हो। प्लान मेड ड्यूरिंग मिलिट्री प्लानिंग एक्सरसाइज, कि आगे बढ़ेगा वो, ये करेगा, वो आपने बनाया वो पीछे ही रहेगा। तो अपने हीरो को या अपने प्लानिंग में आप बहुत पीछे वाला रोल पकड़ रहे हो, तो क्या मतलब है? करेज नहीं है आपके। इसी तरह आप कोई काम करने में भी नहीं दिखा रहे। इंटरव्यू में उन्होंने पूछा अगर मान लो ऐसा हो जाए आगे बढ़ोगे, बिल्कुल दिखाओ। डोंट बी बुल इन अप्रोच ऑफ करेज, बिकॉज वंस यू आर बुल द करेजियस पर्सन you are disastrous. But if you are a wise person with courage, oh, you are a blessing. समझ में आ गया? हाँ या ना? मिनी जीटी इंटरव्यू होगा, सिचुएशन रिएक्शन टेस्ट में भी कई बार करेज को धीरे से पूछ लेते, करिए। अब लास्ट क्वालिटी आपकी है स्टेमिना। स्टेमिना क्या होता है? स्टेमिना मेंटल होता है, लोग बोलते हैं फिजिकल, ना मेंटल होता है। मन इधर उधर भागता है, स्टेमिना हमें डेवलप करना। द मोमेंट यू डेवलप इट, बाय व्हाट? डिसिप्लिनिंग योर थॉट। मैं नहीं करूंगा चाहे कुछ हो जाए, मैं ये करूंगा। धीरे धीरे आपको लगता है मैंने कर लिया, यू डू इट, आई हैव डन इट, सो यू डेवलप इट। So stamina is also important. Stamina is an attribute of the victors, the mental strength, the extra edge that yields victory. Our nation need those victors. Mineral Tahil Ani had said. Again, stamina is truly hopeful belief of an individual expresses in his tenacious effort. Tenacious माने निरंतर प्रयास, applied relentlessly, बिना रुके, so as to achieve and then only stop. ये हमारे एयर मार्शल Ronald Chapman has also said. He's been a great military leader. Stamina is individual mental strength. हमारी mental strength. There are many people who sit for few minutes and they say, I'm tired, I will study later. There are some people who study for hours together because they are able to concentrate. So every day they are increasing their stamina. Every day they are increasing their efforts. Every day they are achieving something. Yes or no? But if every 5 minutes you say, I'm bored, I'm this, then okay, by being restless, you will achieve nothing in your life. As a leader, nobody will like you because you keep switching gears. कभी ये, कभी वो, कभी ये, कभी वो, ऐसे नहीं होते. So mental stamina ये last important OLQ है. याद रखिए, आपको धीरे धीरे बढ़ानी है और आपकी बढ़ जाएगी. बस आपकी determination आपके साथ होनी चाहिए. Is it clear? Determination आपके साथ होगी तो आपका काम बन जाएगा. Now the candidate is microscopically analyzed how tenacious it is. One should remember any physical exercise seeking display of stamina is checking individual's deep motivation to sustain efforts. So this is what OLQ is literally all about. I have one conclusion before we end. That all these OLQ parameters, if you absorb it properly, you will be able to identify your strength, your weakness, and also define your role that you will be doing in the SSB. हिम्मत, स्टेमिना आपने दिखाई है, डिटर्मिनेशन दिखाया है, आपकी दुनिया भर की OLQs हैं, वो आपको समझ में आ जाएंगी कि ये मेरी क्वालिटीज देखी जा रही हैं. मुझे कहीं पे भी कोई बनावटी बनना नहीं है. जो मैंने कर रखा है उसको सही तरीके से I have to tell them when they ask me, and I have to show energy in the same, not fear. Self confidence से अपनी बात रख. Identify and yet a candidate uniform उसको मिलेगी. Must also avoid. Excuse me, I'll give you 5 more basic points. Just you can note it. It will help you. एक पहला पॉइंट आप लिख लीजिए, सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन. क्योंकि सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन एक तरीके से ये OLQs का समरी पॉइंट है. इट विल हेल्प यू इन आइडेंटिफाइंग OLQs. कैंडिडेट मस्ट अबाइड बाय ऑल द रूल्स स्टेटेड बाय द रिसीविंग ऑफिसर. कोई डिसिप्लिन नहीं तोड़ना है, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट. कई बार यू आर गुड कैंडिडेट बट यू ब्रेक डिसिप्लिन. दे हैव टोल्ड यू डोंट डू दिस एंड यू डू दैट. Then find that you are mentally untrainable. एक बात और जानिएगा, OLQs के साथ साथ आप में लचीलापन होना चाहिए सीखने का. If you look rigid in your personality, you will not be selected because you are untrainable. You getting the point? So balanced approach is very important. Then good turnout. अच्छा ड्रेस पहने. Candidates are expected to maintain decorum by dressing well, not walking into the dining hall without shoes. ये बताते हैं. Expected to shave, comb hairs. Those combing hairs does not apply, thank God for me. But for you all people it applies. Comb hairs, interact nicely with the officer with all the respect, best manner and etiquette. Is it clear? Good turnout में manners और etiquette inclusive होगा. अच्छे से व्यवहार करना, वेल मैनर्ड. अपडेटेड रहिए. अपडेटेड इज इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज दैट इज ऑल्सो लीडरशिप. और डिटेल्स रखिए कौन कौन से आज के 30 इंटरनेशनल पॉइंट्स, 30 इंटरनेशनल इश्यूज है, 30 नेशनल इश्यूज है, वो आपके जुबान में तरोताजा रहनी चाहिए. यू शुड रिमेंबर हाउ मेनी 30 इंपॉर्टेंट इंटरनेशनल इश्यूज, 30 इंपॉर्टेंट national issues. Right, ready with data, certain amount of analysis, so that if they ask you, you should also be aware of general geography of India. There are many times officers have been asking what is in the eastern coast, what is in the western coast, how many states do we have, and some people forget the basics. So just keep a little basic alive, keep your upper part also ready. Then also your knowledge about defense, because you are going for the same. So if you don't know anything about defense, it is very much, मतलब आपको पढ़ लेना चाहिए क्या है, वो जो आपकी वेबसाइट्स है उसमें आपको पता होना चाहिए. इज इट क्लियर? अपने डाटा, अपने रिलेटेड एक्टिविटीज, गेम्स, हॉबीज, उनसे भी जुड़ा हुआ रेडी रखिए. ह्यूमन अंडरस्टैंडिंग रखिए, इंडिविजुअल्स को समझिए. किसी को आप नेगेटिवली SSB में लड़ाई करेंगे तो उसका आपको नुकसान मिलेगा. यू विल सफर. इफ यू विल से somebody foolish, the other will also call you foolish. If you will argue with the other will also argue with you. So you have to change all this. तो ह्यूमन नेचर को मैनेज करना सीखिए, बिकॉज दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एज अ लीडरशिप प्लेस. इज इट क्लियर? कभी भी कोई सवाल पूछिए, बोलिए, तो पुट विद एनालिटिकल एबिलिटी दिखाइए. If they ask you what is the size of the room, you should use your analysis, not gambling. ये होगा. Use a small unit, thereafter tell okay it must be. If they tell you to mentally calculate meter per second to kilometer per hour, you should be able to do that. So if you are not able to do that, there is a problem with your end. Keep yourself calm. Don't think too much, but do what you are supposed to. The last quality is personal integrity. Do not contradict yourself. यहाँ पे कुछ बोला, वहां पे कुछ बोला, यहाँ पे वो झूठ बोल रहा है, वहां पे वो झूठ बोल रहे हैं, से आपके जंक्शंस आपको नुकसान कर देंगे. They will harm you. They will speak that you are a cheat. So don't do that. अगर कोई इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं मालूम है, say sorry sir, but don't adventure out with wrong details. ये मत करिए कि उसके बारे में ऊट पटांग बोल के खाना पूर्ति करिए. नो. सो से सॉरी सर, आई डोंट. आपका ये व्यवहार भी उनको उचित लगेगा. गलत दिशा में जाना देखने. इज इट क्लियर? गिविंग देम रॉन्ग डिटेल्स विल नॉट, बिकॉज रिमेंबर ऑफिसर इज ऑलवेज राइट. ऑफिसर हैज टू बी राइट. नाउ देयर इज वन मोर कॉन्सेप्ट हियर. पीपल से व्हाई दे विल बी ऑलवेज राइट? Because if they don't know, they will not answer. But what they know, they will answer. What they are right, they will answer. Is it possible? Yes. Suppose I ask you 10 questions. You know answer for only 2. You have rightly given the answer for 2. Then how will I grade you? You are always right. Though you have not given answers for 8. But you said sorry sir, sorry sir. Is it clear? I should not understand. Suppose you have given 7 answers or you have given 9 answers, but you have given 1 totally wrong answers. You are going to suffer. Now look at that performer who has just given 2 answers but not given 8 answers. He will get selected. But you have given 9 answers rightly, 1 wrong answer, you will be rejected. So it is your duty not to play with the others. Take what you know. So if you know 9 answers, 8 answers properly, but you don't know the 9th or 10th answer, or you know 9 answers, you don't know the 10th answer, Just say sorry. You getting the point? Remember this. Is it clear? You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be stupid to try to be there. Now, how does it apply to day-to-day life? Imagine you are an officer. You do this silly mistake. Who will pay the cost of your mistake? Not only you, but your troops. So we don't want such. Is it clear? Last but not the last but not the least, the most important point. Remember the word called Josh and Hosh. Josh means be self-motivated and Hosh means use your wisdom. Is it clear? And Josh and Hosh is the last but not the last point. Is it clear? Thank you very much. I hope you've understood this lesson. Please read, reread and learn.